Breaking new details about North Korea's missile launch. Kim Jong-un's regime firing what's believed to be an intermediate-range ballistic missile over Japanese airspace for the second time in a month. Now, an emergency UN meeting has been called, and our chief global affairs correspondent, Martha Raddatz, has all the latest developments from D.C. Good morning, Martha.
Good morning, Amy. It is clear this morning that neither condemnation, threats of force, or sanctions are stopping Kim Jong-un in his quest to perfect a nuclear missile program. Alarms blaring in Japan as North Korea launched yet another missile over Japanese territory for the second time in a month. Another extreme provocation by North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un. The intermediate-range ballistic missile launched from the North Korean capital of Pyongyang, passing over Japan just 10 minutes later, landing over 1,200 miles off the coast of the Japanese island of Hokkaido, traveling a total distance of 2,300 miles. American tourist Matt Galat, staying in Hokkaido, was awoken by the deafening sirens.
Find shelter in a basement. North Korea just launched a missile.
The South Korean military responding immediately, launching its own missile 150 miles into the Sea of Japan, a precise show of force meant to warn Kim Jong-un that South Korea can target him directly. Secretary of Defense James Mattis saying the launch put millions of Japanese in duck and cover, and Secretary of State Rex Tillerson calling on China and Russia to take direct actions of their own. This is the 14th time North Korea has launched ballistic missiles this year, the 5th since the start of July. On Thursday, President Trump trying to reassure Americans in the face of the North Korean threat, saying he is working with China.
We have a very good relationship with China and with the president of China, but believe me, the people of this country will be very, very safe.
But it is unclear what will stop this cycle of provocation and threat. This latest launch comes just 3 days after new sanctions and less than 2 weeks after North Korea tested what is likely a hydrogen bomb that the country says could be placed on an intercontinental ballistic missile. Amy?
All right, Martha Raddatz, thank you. Let's bring in our military analyst, Colonel Steve Ganyard. And Steve, let's talk about the why North Korea is defiantly testing another missile. You say there are two factors.
Amy, a couple things we need to think about here. One is the political. So think about just 3 days ago, these harsher UN sanctions were imposed. North Korea always feels like they have to respond to things like this. The other is sort of a science and engineering project. So this missile that they tested has not been terribly reliable in the past. So they need to continue to test, continue to prove the reliability, because reliability is the key to the credibility of their threat.
And Colonel Ganyard, there's then North Korea's rhetoric about all of this, talking about nuclear war, sinking Japan, reducing the United States to ashes. What's their goal with all of that?
Well, it certainly is concerning. We always expect fiery rhetoric out of North Korea, but this is particularly harsh in the past couple days. Hard to tell whether this is because the sanctions are beginning to bite, because they're feeling their back is up against the wall, or whether this is just they're feeling more confident after their recent hydrogen bomb test.
And Steve, we know the UN Security Council has scheduled that emergency meeting for later today. Do you expect anything actionable to come out of that?
I don't, Amy. I think we should have modest expectations there. China and Russia will always veto any kind of sanctions that might have real bite against North Korea. Even President Trump said this week that those sanctions were, quote, no big deal. He also ominously said that this is going to be something, that the sanctions will be nothing compared to what will eventually have to happen. All this, Amy, as intelligence experts are now seeing new preparations for an underground nuclear test.
All right, Colonel Steve Ganyard, thank you so much.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.